Hi everybody, this is Dave, and what I wanted to do was just quickly talk about the new Korg Kronos 3.1 update. So I installed it on my Kronos, and there's a bunch of bug fixes and things like that, but there's a major update, which is called Quick Split, or Quick Layer. And so I wanted to show you just briefly how this works. So there's Quick Split and Quick Layer in both Combi Mode and Program Mode. So I'm going to show you Program Mode first. So Quick Layer is exactly what it sounds like. You've got two layers, one on top, one on the bottom, and I was kind of messing around with this already today. So you have the option of choosing a main program, which is by default going to use the karma off of that one and that sort of thing. That's the one that gets the priority. And then you have your layer program. And so here we have all of our options that we would normally have when selecting a sound. So for example, we could do a search. And if I knew the name, I could do a search for the name. Alternatively, I could do a search for the category. And so I have a category search, and then I could choose maybe like the slow stereo strings. And I could also do a specific search. So if you know the bank or the program that you're going to be selecting, and you know the location, maybe it's a custom one, you can select that here as well. You have your octave. Okay. And you can do that for both layers. And then you can choose the zone. So maybe we only want the upper zone to happen. And so you won't hear any piano, or any strings. So maybe I want the strings to start on this G. Okay, so what I can do is I can set my loop point, or my split point. Not my split point rather, but my layer start point. And maybe I want it up an octave. There we go. So I can go like this. Okay, something cheesy as hell like that. So, cool. So that's easy enough. Now maybe the volume's too loud, so I want to bring the strings down just a little bit so I can do something similar again. Okay, cool. So, you also have your drum track. And so your drum track is either going to be pulled from your main program. So in this case, we say main, and if we turn the drums on, it pulls the drum track from the main program. Alternatively, we can go to the layer, and we can pull the drums from the string layer. Now, if I like that, and I can also choose the volume for the drum track too. So real subtle. Okay. Alternatively, what I can do is I can say write combination. And when I say write combination, it's going to take the names and put them into a combi that you can use on a regular basis. So maybe you prefer to use setlist mode, but when you go to a quick gig, you're like, okay, let me set this layer up really quickly. This is what the sound should be like, and this works in a live scenario. You can just hit write combination, and it's going to save that combination with the effects and everything. So that's kind of the basics of the layer mode. I'm also going to show you the quick split, and this idea works identical in that it's allowing you to choose where a split happens. So here, for example, the D4 split point means that our main sound is going to get that priority. So on D4, this is where our piano, which is up on the upper side, stops, and then the bass starts. Now, let's say, for example, I wanted to swap these. I could actually have it set so that the bass is on the right-hand side and the piano's on the left. So you might put the piano up a couple octaves. Oops, like this. And on the right-hand side, instead of bass, I might have an electric piano. So let me grab something here. Like this one. So what that allows me to do is I can here, and you might want to move that around. And so in the exact same way that we did earlier, you can move the split point. Okay. You can also choose the volume, so maybe the piano is just a little bit too loud. Okay. We can choose our drum track the same way we could before. We still have the volume as well. So in the same way that we could layer things, we can also split things. And it's a quick split once you've decided what your sounds are. And so if I were to reverse these again here, there we go. Now I have the E piano on the lower end, and then the regular piano on the right, but the octave's still too high, so we can bring that back. Maybe bring this one up so it's... Okay, so that's the idea. There's a couple minor things you'll want to be aware of. So this is fine. You can slide, drag your sliders, whatever. You can move them with a value slider. The thing that I wanted to show you is this also works in Combi Mode, but there's something that you need to be aware of with the Combi Mode. So if we go to Quick Split with Combi Mode, let's say I've got Karma enabled on the Catch's house. Okay. If I say use Karma on my lower program as well, because Karma has a limited number of engines or sources that can generate, MIDI effects and that sort of thing, you're going to get a warning here. And so the caution says main, so this main sound, effective Karma D was replaced for lower, meaning we took, engine D out of Karma, took it out of the Catch's house, and gave it to our lower program. So whatever Catch's house was doing with, I'll call it engine D, but I forget what the Karma name for it is. Anyway, Karma D was given to this one, the lower one, because we said use Karma. But if we turn that off, that caution goes away. So you can see it's giving you a warning there to let you know, hey, you don't have enough resources to try and do exactly what you're doing. So it's letting you know what's going on. So you can still choose your split point. You can still choose whether you want the lower hand to be, like your left hand to be the combi, and the right hand to be the program, or vice versa. You can still choose your drum track. And if you like this one, you can also write this as a combi as well. Now the other one, the other option that we had was quick layer, and it works the exact same way. So again, we have a combi with an added layer on top of it. And again, same idea. If we use Karma, we get this warning. That's easy enough. Huh. Did my thing freeze up? Well, interesting. I'm gonna leave this video. I'm gonna capture the fact that it froze. I don't know what I did. I still get audio, but I'm pressing like program, global, sampling, disk. That's not doing anything, but my tap tempo whenever I move that is actually still functioning. Just to give you an example. Oh, I'm clicking drum track. It's not letting me do anything. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, my touchscreen is totally frozen, so I'm going to have to reboot the Kronos. But at any rate, it looks like this might be a bug. I'm going to hold on to this video, and I'm going to put it on the Korg forums as well. Hopefully somebody there might be able to watch it and go, oh, Dave, you did this wrong. Here's why this happened. Or at the very least, if it's something that can be reproduced by doing the steps that I did, then maybe I've identified a bug already. So at any rate, hope you've learned something from this video, and either this is something that you really, really want, or you've seen it freeze up on my Kronos and let that serve as a warning. We'll see. At any rate, hopefully it won't do that ever again. But, being a brand new feature, bugs happen. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.